Hello, welcome to Frank's School. Fifth year, fifth day, first video. For the last 3 weeks, I've been working still on the fourth year, Portugal. Sharing what I learned and what I saw in Portugal. But I think I need to give a reminder that there is going to be a fifth year of Frank's School online. And toward that end, I'm showing some baselines, is what I'm calling it. Now this fifth year, if I had to give it a name, I guess I'd say the building of Frank's School, but not online, the real buildings. I spoke about that earlier. What I think I'm going to do, I mean, that's sort of my plan, but I had said this fifth year, I'm not making too much of a commitment here, exactly what I'm going to do with this fifth year. But I think it's going to be about real physical things. And well, let me jump to this. Portugal, there's still 3 days of real time left to share with you. In Coimbra, a day on the way back to Lisbon, and then the last day in Lisbon. And that will take some time. And then I want to deal with the subject of water to round out the fourth year. All right, now what was I saying? Baselines. These baselines, they're sort of to show you how things are before I do very much. And some of them are going to be shocking, I suppose, maybe the one today. But, and in a way, I'd like to show things that look really nice. But with the baseline, maybe you'll be able to see, well, that's how bad it looked, and now look at it. Later, I'll be able to straighten these out in playlists. I'm jumping around now as I'm doing these things. And one of the reasons I'm doing the thing together is because the season keeps going on. It's very hot right now and very dry. But winter's going to be coming. It's going to get cold. It's going to get muddy. And some things just won't wait. Now, 3 weeks ago, I showed a baseline of the terrible job I've got of drawing up the ground floor of the barn that I will call the guest house. And I started that. I gave a baseline. I gave a baseline for the upstairs of the guest house. I gave a baseline for building pallet huts. That's one of those examples where I'm a little embarrassed about what you see. I'm flicking bugs, I'm hot, I'm miserable, I don't look very good. The building doesn't look very good. But that's a baseline. I did that in a hurry because I have a friend that was talking about building with pallets, and I thought, well, I'll maybe show you. Believe me, the pallet huts are going to look, and already look, much better. Today, after this video, the second video is going to be of Dana Garden. I'm going to call it Dana Garden. This is in honor of a friend of my daughter's who loves gardening and was here and actually worked a little bit. That's a rather large garden. It will be, and we'll see. I mean, it's going to be one of those cases where you're going to say, oh, what a mess, look at that. But, I need to say two things, too. If people really try to want to understand why do I do what I do. I've got a thing about using engines. I don't like to use internal combustion engines. A weed whacker, a noisy weed whacker, I just don't like to. A garden tractor, well, for one thing, where Dana Garden is, it's so wet most of the time. You couldn't really get down there with your garden tractor. But, I just, and another thing about fencing, like, I don't like to use electric fence. And boy, if you take gas engines away, or diesel engines, internal combustion engines away, and electricity away from your average farmer or person, boy, they're going to have to work to make it look as groomed tonight. Well, anyway, I don't want to be too apologetic. And now I'll say a little bit more about this, but then pallet fences, I think tomorrow I'll show you that. I might film it today, maybe tomorrow morning. And once again, it's going to look really, really rough, probably, but that's a baseline. I'm about to start working on that. Now, Dana Garden, I wanted to say about a pallet source. One of the things that has complicated my life a little bit just lately, but made it I feel rich because of it, is I have come across a source of a tremendous amount of pallets. I almost want to say, well, not just hundreds, given free, that just for the hauling. Uh, Now they're damaged. You know, they're what they call junk pallets, but I can use them. And so I'm hauling them just about as fast as I can haul them in my shoulders and my arms, my hands. Uh, they're kind of wearing out, but you know, there's that expression, strike while the iron's hot. I find I can just see it happening, that people are changing their attitude toward pallets, and people want them now. Other people are using them. They haven't. I don't think they haven't learned it from me. It's just because it became obvious that this is good wood, and if you're willing to work, well, in any case, because of that pallet source, that's why I jumped into Dana Garden. There's a kind of pallets, or they're really pallet liners, that I can get 100 of them maybe, and they're like flake board. What the heck do you do with them? They don't even burn very well. They burn, but it's you got to saw them up. What do you do with them? I think I know. I think I can use them as mulch in Dana Garden. Oh, I smell skunk in here, and the door's open. So I better, I better. That would be exciting if a skunk wandered in the door. All right, I'll close off, and then I'll put this one on, and then you'll see a baseline for Dana Garden. Bye for now.